3, 2, 1. We should be live streaming. And on that note, I'm going to pull up my YouTube page and find the link so that I can tweet it out to everybody. So we'll do that right now. So I'm tweeting out, it's a special episode of Friday Night Yakuza. I'm being joined by a Yakuza expert himself.
I pushed my glasses up, but I'm not wearing them right now. So.
So come join us in chats and enjoy the journey. Alright, so I tagged you in the tweet, so you should see that when you pull it up. Just be sure to mute the audio, and then going forward, you'll be able to watch it, and it'll just be slightly delayed from what's actually happening. So, all right, I'm going to load up.
Yeah, it's slightly... Actually, it's like quite delayed. 1 second, let me refresh this.
We should point out that we are the Super Yakuza brothers tonight.
Yes.
I've got Peach and you've got Pink.
Yeah, my Aniki, my bro. Much like Majima and Saejima, that's what we got going on here tonight. So.
Okay.
Completely. It's a complete coincidence. I don't know how that's possible, but here we are.
It's all right. So, have you ever watched The Devil Wears Prada, the movie?
I've watched a little bit of it.
All right. So, there's a scene in that movie where she talks about how, like, the billion-dollar fashion industry makes decisions for like the rest of us. So,
Anne Hathaway or
Meryl Streep, right?
Meryl Streep. Okay.
I think it's Meryl Streep. She's the main.
Yeah,
she's like the main old lady.
She's the devil who wears Prada.
Yes, right. So she makes the assertion that like decisions regarding fashion are made at this high level, and then by the time average people buy clothes at places like Walmart, those decisions have like filtered down through the rest of society.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what happened here, because we both picked up tank tops at probably like whatever clothing store was available, and they just happened to have like the white stripe and the black trim, you know.
Yeah, I think that's like however many years ago, right?
Right. Exactly. Right. Like this was a thing in fashion like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So anyway, let me do my intro. What's going on? Sifted, YouTube, Twitters, Facebook, all the social media peeps. It is I, the Berkough, and tonight we're continuing the Friday Night Yakuza, and I am joined by Mr. Evan Piotrowski, the stand user. Say what's up, Evan.
I got tacos, I got beer, and I'm watching one of my friends. So what it seems to me to be kind of getting into this game and kind of figuring out what it's all about. So I am very, very excited.
I like that you were watching earlier. Did you see me just laughing my ass off at some of the conversations that were happening?
Yeah. I was like...
Because they were ridiculous, dude. Some of the conversations and the side quests and shit this game are absolutely bonkers.
You talk about the guy that has the Skajan, who's trying to walk across the bridge, but he keeps getting beat up.
Alright, okay, so... I
It's
did.
so dumb.
I didn't think that I was saying that right, and apparently I was not.
Hmm. So in Japanese, uh, because there's a lot of loan words from English and other languages,
Right.
because everything is broken up into like a consonant and a vowel, it just lengthens the word, and it has more syllables than what would be in English. So they often use portmanteaus for words just to shorten them. So it'd be like
Right.
stadium jacket would be stadium jacket. It's too long, so they just say stadium. Or American football, amefuto for
All right.
American football. Or remote controller, remote controller. So you'll see that pop up every now and then.
So, all right, that's helpful because I was calling it like a stanjan, which is
Well, whatever. I
it's
mean,
a very American way to say that.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if you have no,
No
you know,
context.
yeah, no, like even in the states, like stadium jacket. Like, what the hell is that? It's just that jacket
Well,
that you.
it made sense to me. I was like, oh yeah, like a Letterman's jacket type of
Yeah, yeah.
jacket. Yeah.
Basically, that's what it's called. Yeah, they just call them stadium jackets for whatever reason. And it probably has to do with like I'm actually not sure, but maybe they were originally like jackets worn at like sporting events that had like teams on them and stuff. So they were worn in the stadiums. I don't know. I'm not sure, but that might be where it came from.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. All right. So you're in chapter 4,
I am in chapter 4. Yes.
and you just got from the guy that's kind of keeping watch on you in Osaka. Told you that like the top guy told you to start looking for this person, right? You have to find him within 2 days. I'm pretty sure that's where you left off.
Yeah, he was like, you gotta kill this guy.
Right.
Yeah. So right now he says Sagawa said to try hitting the telephone girls for try hitting the telephone clubs for girls in Makimura's ring. I guess it's time to make some calls. So that's where I'm at right now. I don't know how far.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how far behind the video is. Um, let's get into some beers because that's my drunk play thing, dude. I gotta talk about my beers. The last video from just about an hour ago, I had the Las Vegas Lager from Big Dogs. So
Right.
and Big Dogs is the brewery that is also the Packers bar here in town.
Nice.
So that was what I was drinking earlier. Now I have Bad Beats I Love Nevada. It's an amber lager.
I like an amber lager.
It's very similar to Amstel. I don't know if you remember Amstel from being in the States.
Yeah, like Amstel Light was pretty popular.
Right.
Or like, yeah, okay.
So, but this is kind of... So, I don't know if you can see the color on that.
Kind of, yeah.
My glass is a little dark, but it's kind of like Newcastle, but it's Newcastle. It's like a Newcastle recipe if they lagered it. So
Okay.
it's very crisp. It has similar malty notes to it.
Yeah, okay.
But
Yeah,
it
Newcastle's
doesn't
like
it doesn't it doesn't linger like an ale would.
Okay, does it have that kind of like, right, that kind of sweet aftertaste?
Yeah, it does a little bit. Yeah. It does have a little bit of a sweet aftertaste. It's sweet and bitter at the same time because it does have the hop. What are you drinking today?
I apologize. It's 1:15 and I haven't eaten a single thing today.
No
So,
worries, dude. No worries.
I'm going basic today, man. I got my My Kirin beer, the
All right.
Ichiban Shibori. Ichiban Shibori is like their classic mainstay lager. Ichiban Shibori means first press, and they actually call it Shin Ichiban Shibori, which means new first press. So I'm guessing they've altered or updated
All right.
the flavor a bit. Uh, but it says brewed from only the first press of genuine malt for a crisp, delicious flavor. This is my go-to beer. This is like
Nice.
my Pabst, I suppose. I guess it's a bit higher quality than Pabst, but it's cheap enough, and it's one of the only main four that doesn't contain cornstarch in the ingredients for the
Okay.
same price. So
All
it's
right.
my go-to light lager, Pilsner.
Have you had any? What is it? Ebisu?
Ebisu, yes. Ebisu is another one. It's like, in terms of price, it's a step up from Ichiban Shibori. I'm
Oh
pretty
wow.
sure.
All right. So
So it's a bit more expensive, but that also doesn't have cornstarch in it,
the reason that
which is
I remember that though is because of Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh, they have it in there, don't they?
Yes. So they
That's right.
just re-released it on Netflix for the U.S. and I saw that beer in that show, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like I never recognized that brand or anything until
Well, you probably thought it was like fake or generic, like
right.
duck beer or
Exactly.
something, right?
I didn't think it was a real beer.
Right. Yeah, it's a mainstay. It definitely is like a higher tier. So if you bring Ebisu to a party, it's like, oh, look at this guy. He's got a. It's not that much more expensive, but it's a bit more than what I'm drinking here.
Wow. I just got a bunch of pocket tissues, by the way.
Dude, I still get those when I leave stations. There's people passing them out at stations all the time.
In
You,
real
you don't
life.
even know how many pocket tissues I have. It's a way for companies to advertise their services. So usually in the pocket tissue, it'll be a stack of pocket tissues in a plastic
Yeah.
wrap. But then they'll slide like a small, like kind of a pamphlet, a folded up pamphlet in there. Anything from real estate companies to a restaurant. So they'll have people, instead of just handing out the pamphlet that you throw away when you see the next
Right. You have
garbage,
you have something you
container.
can
Yeah.
use.
They're super useful because in Japan there's no paper in any like public bathrooms, so
Weird.
they actually do have use. Yeah.
Wait, so it's like all the air dry machines for your hands and shit?
It's either air dry or nothing.
What? So you gotta
I mean,
like
I'm used to it. I carry around a handkerchief, like I'm fucking Rodney Dangerfield or something. But you get used to it. It cuts down on paper. Like I've actually come across. At first I was a pain in the ass, but now I've realized like that is a huge waste of paper. Like buy a fucking handkerchief. Like wash it. Like I know. I guess the idea is like it's gross, but it's better than using all that paper. I don't
right.
know. You get used to it because you have to, type of thing.
Okay. That's fair.
But it is funny how like in this game, it takes place in the 80s. It's 2019, and pocket tissues are still a thing. It's not like
Right.
art. It's not some nostalgic thing. Like, oh shit, I remember when they had pocket tissues. It's like, no, they still have them. Now, speaking of nostalgia, these don't exist anymore. Terekura.
Which what is that exactly?
I guess he'll kind of explain it here.
So is it like phone sex?
Yeah, basically, yes.
Okay. All right.
And I believe there's like, yeah, like you could smoke cigarettes and there's tissues in the room. I don't know. I don't know how that's a business.
So you can go to this building, you can make phone calls, there's tissues, and you can smoke.
I mean, it's probably like, I guess the idea is probably like married men who live in small apartments in the city
Right.
who can't have phone sex in the comfort of their own home because their wife and their kids are there. So
Right.
they go to the terekura to there's the tissue box. Yeah. So I guess that's where that came from. I'm guessing. I don't know. They don't exist anymore, obviously. But
Now, I guess the question is, are there like rooms where you can get in like you can get in a chat room and watch a girl on cam?
yeah, that exists. I've never done it.
Okay.
But yeah, like they have internet cafes here that are super popular. So you can, you rent out like a small booth,
Right.
a little door.
But that would
you can
be
games.
the equivalent of this today.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Like watching a cam girl.
Evolution.
Yeah.
あこちゃん、テレクラにはよく電話しとんの？
せやな。うち退屈なんが嫌やから遊んでくれはる人を探してんねん。
ほな、外で会ったりとか？
時々な。
会う会わへんはどないして決め
One thing that is cool about playing Zero after playing some of the other games first is that you see where Majima comes from, which is nice because he's a very different character in the later
Yeah,
games than he is.
I never expected to play as him. I thought that was kind of weird at first.
But I love how they didn't just half-ass it for the sake of like, hey, guess what? You finally get to play as him. Like they totally flesh him out with like a proper backstory.
Yeah, dude. So the
Awesome.
last video, he totally gets his eye taken out, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh
and
shit! Like, it was pretty serious.
I like how obviously like the side quests, whether you're either character, it's like same style. Like it's some goofy people that would never like just ask a guy with an eye patch to help them
Oh well, that was
with random side quests.
that was my thing with the girl that wants you to be her pretend boyfriend.
Yeah, she like happened, but I love how they like. That's the thing I like about this game is like they lean into it. It's like, oh, like I was on the phone, I got nervous, and I told my dad that I'm dating some guy with an eye patch, and you look exactly like the guy I made up in my head. So
Yeah.
they kind of get away with it the way that they approach this game because there are like super serious parts, but they leaned into like the ridiculousness from the beginning.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, of course, I'm an apologist, so maybe there's parts that people aren't very.
It's
They don't like the juxtaposition. Like I don't know. Like how are you feeling about the jump between the two?
I'm amused by it. So
Okay.
like I was not cool with it at first. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. But like the more I play the game, the more I'm like, that's hilarious. You know?
Once you see like what hand they have, they like show their hand. You're like, okay, I'm getting it. It's like if you first listen to a podcast where all these people are talking, and you don't really know any of the other people's personalities, so it's not that interesting.
Yeah.
But once you get to know who the people are and like how they deal with stuff and like the dynamic between all the people on the podcast, it gets way more interesting, and maybe that's a bit of what's going on here.
That's fair. Yeah.
I do admit, like, I don't know how far Keith got in. I don't think he got in as far as you did, but
No.
the game does start slowly, and it keeps stopping you to introduce like mechanics and stuff, and you're just like, oh my god, like what the hell's going on? I can't walk down this street. Who's this old American guy?
Right.
This
Right.
conversation goes on way too long. That is a definite. Some of the side quests, they could get to the punchline like a lot quicker. I will admit that.
Well, even just playing as Majima, like you get stopped and like, here's this new fighting style that you've never had before. And it's like, well, I should have been introduced on how to use weapons earlier. You know what I mean? Like
Sure. Sure.
His what style is that? I don't remember what it's called.
Slugger?
Yeah, slugger style, which is my favorite, by the way. Like, I love that. I love the slugger style.
I'm loving that you are loving it. And I think there's 4 styles for both characters, so you'll find a couple more. Like, okay, like take this for example. Obviously, the idea was like to find a girl that knows information on the person that you're trying to assassinate.
Dude.
That conversation could have been a lot shorter. So I do get that.
Dude, this guy's name is Walking Erection.
Oh shit. Okay, my video is a bit. Yeah, please walk me through this.
How far behind are you on the video right now?
You're just running into him now. Okay, yes. Yeah, okay, wow, he showed up. I forgot that this is where he came.
Like, this is ridiculous.
At every turn, this game can't be normal.
Just, no,
Yeah.
it can't. There is no normal to this.
Just when you think.
All right, so like some of the stuff, like, so you played this in the original Japanese, right? This game.
Yeah. But it's Japanese.
Of the stuff that you've watched me play, like the translation on the like just the text-based stuff has to be off, right?
Oh, like the translators are totally taking
They're-
tons of liberties with
yeah.
the language.
Like
Yeah.
I feel like the voiced stuff where you actually hear them speak Japanese is very restricted, and then like you get into this stuff, he's saying stuff like "poonhound," and you're like, come on.
Yeah, it's like totally anachronistic, right?
Yeah, that's not Japanese. That's not a transliteration.
No,
of,
no.
that has no analog in the Japanese language.
No, they're taking, you know, they probably they sat down like, okay, what direction are we going to go with this? How much are we going to stretch this? And I think they just decided on, you know what, let's
go crazy.
Let's go crazy with it. But I still think like I like the approach that they've taken with it. It's a lot of text as well. I mean, this game is so much text.
Very text heavy. I'm not mad at that, and I'm okay with the text. I'm totally fine with reading reams of text. Like, that doesn't bother me. The problem that I have is like how different the text only stuff is from the vocals. Like, I don't know a lot of Japanese. Like, the words that I do know and the shit that I can pick out while listening to it makes sense for like the translation that they've done for the most part. But then you get to the text and it's like wildly different. It feels like totally different characters. That's the problem that I have.
One thing with Majima that's hard to translate is he's from Kansai.
Okay.
From Osaka, which is like its own very specific dialect. And within Kansai, which is a region of Japan that has like Kobe, Nara, Kyoto, and Osaka predominantly, it's a very different dialect than like the Kanto dialect, like which is basically like your basic Japanese dialect. The Osaka dialect is known for sounding a bit more direct and harsher, but amongst the people who live in Kansai, once you get used to it, it actually sounds to me like more friendly and not so cold.
Okay.
So what they're trying to do is like the way Majima speaks is very curt, a bit rude. The wording that he uses in his dialect. So like I think the translators had the job of like how do they show that through the text, because people playing this that don't really know about dialects in Japanese might not necessarily know the difference. and I think they do a pretty good job. Like he kind of
It's not bad. It's entertaining.
No.
That's for
you
sure.
can tell you can tell that he speaks differently from Kiryu.
Well, no, I'm saying like he speaks differently from his from the Japanese audio even. Like there's a definite break between the translation on the Japanese audio to this text stuff.
Yeah, I mean, basically, the whole thing with translation is, are you getting across what the person is trying to say? And you're not literally translating everything. So I think
No, yeah, I get that too, but some of the stuff like shows up as just like based on what I've heard in the Japanese and like how that translates. He wouldn't say that. It doesn't make sense to me that he would say that. They're like both Kiru and Majima. They're like two different characters in the text only stuff versus the audio, and that's weird to me.
okay, I see what you're saying. So that's kind of the translators they're taking. They chose an angle to attack translation, and
Right.
maybe that doesn't always like it's not one to one.
I think they were given like, here's your text, translate it, and it was not the same as the audio, for sure.
Oh, that's right, Mr. Libido. That's right.
He goes from walking erection to Mr. Libido. And then he runs away.
You'll see him again. Much like many of the characters, you'll see them pop up again.
I don't know if that's comforting, but okay.
Mm.
Alright, so the thing that you wanted me to equip earlier, it's because I can see the fights that are like down the street, right?
Yeah, sorry, I mistook it for another thing that you'll get later that shows you where Mr. Shakedown is on the map.
Oh, I was calling him Mr. Moneybags. But yeah, Mr. Shakedown.
Whatever. Yeah, Mr. Moneybags. Yeah, that works too. Yeah, so this one just shows you in general where people are, which doesn't really matter because you kind of want to get into fights to get money.
Yeah, totally.
It's way more useful to know where Mr. Shakedown is on the map, so either you want to find him to attack him and get some money, or avoid. I like how, like, this game is like, Japan is not this dangerous. Like, there's, like, yeah, whether it's Tokyo or Osaka.
I wouldn't think it'd be dangerous at all, to be honest with you.
I've never felt. I've never walked down a dark alley at night and felt like, make sure I hold on to my wallet or put my money in my front pocket or whatever.
Right. But
I've walked down many a dark alley at odd times of the night drunk. I've never felt unsafe, which is good.
But have you felt like that in the U.S.?
I guess I'm not really walking down dark alleys.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know. In Milwaukee, like, I mean, there's some areas I definitely avoid, but it's always a possibility. Like, you could run into trouble. I've just never thought I ever would, nor have I.
So I guess this is like story time.
Yeah.
When I lived in Long Beach, California, I went to a party in Whittier, which is like 20 minutes away.
Okay.
And I ended up having to. So we were at the party, and like I had to go back to my house to go grab something, and then we were going to another place after the fact, right? It's like the after party, right? And I got off on the wrong exit, and I'm driving down the street, and I called my buddy up. I was like, dude, I don't know where the fuck I'm at. And he was like, dude, you're in Compton right now. And it was like 3:30 in the morning, and like people are like looking at me from the street. And like I don't even know why these people are out this late, you know. And I'm like
this guy does not belong here at this time.
yeah, especially as light as my skin is.
Right.
But I never felt threatened. I never felt like I was ever in any danger or
All right.
anything like that. So I can understand where you're coming from.
Oh, that's right. So you called the call girl and she
あ
told
ん
you
たが
to meet on the bridge.
Yes. Yeah.
あんたがアッコちゃんか。よう来てくれたな。おおきに。
That giant scape of all the advertising behind you, that's like one of the most famous pictures in Japan. Now there's a chocolate company called Guriko. If you see the guy who's like chugging the beer and that giant sign, they couldn't get the rights to show the giant Guriko sign. It's basically like a runner who's just won the race and he's got his hands up. That's the Guriko sign. It's like the most noticeable of all the neon lights on that bridge, but they couldn't get the rights, so they changed it to some advertising for like a beer company. So that check it out.
Yeah. So the guy that wanted to cross the bridge, I gave him a toughness Z,
父の考えすぎか
and then while I gave him that, it showed that sign.
Okay. Yeah.
なんでもない
Yeah.
優しそうな人で安心したわ
The fucking human statue right behind her.
I haven't quite unlocked his side quest yet.
Yeah, usually sometimes it takes a while. Usually what it is like they'll introduce you to it and then you can choose whether or not to go forward with it later.
Right.
You just go. All you have to do is like go back and talk to the person. I guess the idea there is like they don't
お寿
want
司食べたい
you to force you to do the entire side quest unless you want to, which
Well,
is good.
I started to do it, and then he was like, "No, you can't
そりゃ
touch
そう
me,"
や
and like walk away.
Yeah, some side quests are like that. You can't tackle
予算
them right
5
away.
万くらいないと話にならんわ五郎さん社会人ならそれくらい持っとるやろ
This is crazy, man. I played this game years ago, but I do remember like the main story beats. I do remember this part of the game
ほんまに五郎さん分かっとるやん
rather well. Like, you know, Sigawa being kind of an asshole to Majima, and Majima can't do anything about it. I don't know if he really cares that much because he wants to get back into the family, he wants to get out of the doghouse.
Yeah. So, all right, is it the same family, or is it? Because he talks about the Tojo clan.
Shit, I should know this. I think they're a separate family under the Tojo clan. I think it might be the Shimada family. You know, that the big bulky bald guy
Right.
that came to visit Majima when he was locked up and he lost his eye.
Yes.
I believe it's the Shimada family. He's the patriarch of that family, and that's the branch. That's the family that Majima's in. But because of what happened
お
with
寿司好き
Sayajima, his friend that killed those 18 people with the guns
Right.
that they got, but because of the decision he made, he's in the doghouse and he's forced to run this club in Osaka, which he kind of uses as his prison. So he's just trying to get back in the good graces of his family by assassinating this Makimura.
1万くらいでお任せするわ。
Okay. All right.
今日のええとこお作りにし
You
て
know,
くれ
like he was saying, I think he was in this small apartment. He's like, this place is like a prison.
ウ
So
ニとイ
it's
クラは
basically
絶対入れてな
he'll do it. He wants to do whatever it takes to get
五郎さん
back into the family
うまい
proper.
Yeah, that was a little bit
仕事
earlier.
中やからな。
Yeah.
今はやめとこう。それよりアッコちゃんの話
And
聞
then
か
you
せ
had
て
like
くれ
all those like homeless people like
大
looking
学
at you.
生にした
You're
ら
like, what the
随
hell's
分
going
な
on?
Yeah.
この間の店よう来るんか
まあね最近は割と毎日
毎日なんや
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, this chick won't talk unless you spend a shit
そん
ton
な
of
あ
money
る
on
はず
her
なん
and
や
in
い
short
つでも
time.
好きな時にやれるのがこのバイトのええとこやの
いやいやバイトっちゅうことは
How is he not wearing his eye
誰か
patch
から依
right
頼さ
now?
れてやっとるわけやろその元締めが例
Um,
の牧村
Probably because that would give away that he's a
聞いた
Yakuza.
話やと
in some
女子
form.
大生にテレクラで男って
So
捕まえ
it
she
does.
doesn't know that?
It doesn't matter for the side quest.
Oh, so the thing,
お父さんはそんな人
No.
ちゃうし
the thing this game totally like
今度男の人
cheats when it comes to that stuff. It's like the side quests are so ridiculous. Just do it, and just it's not kind of connected to the story that much.
Right, right.
A lot of hand waving going on, but it's one of the few series. Well, I will give it that.
So my thing is this is not an action this is not an action open world game. This is very much a linear RPG.
Yeah, kind of masking it. Like you can do side quests, but it's quite constricted.
Right. This is totally like a linear RPG. Like the way that you actually go about the shit.
Yeah, you level up and.
Right. It has the action combat like you. But it's not too involved actually.
No, I will say though, like you'll get introduced to more combat styles, and once you unlock more of that stuff, like you can do some really, really cool combos. Like you get pretty fucking strong. Like you can chain together like 7, 8 hit combos. Once you unlock a bit of the skill trees. It does seem the combat does seem pretty bare bones in the beginning of all Yakuza games because you haven't unlocked the skill tree. But once you do, you'll start doing some really, really awesome moves.
I feel like even if you're doing like crazy combos though, it's not too in depth, right? Like you're just.
It's not like a fighting game.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's not that in depth.
腹ごしらえは済んだな。そしたらさっきの話の続きを。
あ、うちあそこ行きたい。
今度はどこや。
Mitch had mentioned something. Oh, I know Mitch had mentioned to you
ゲームセンターのことか。
that this is the only game where the skill tree is based around the money that you get, and like the money flies out of everyone's pockets during fights.
Oh, right.
That's a take on the bubble economy of Japan. Because like in the 80s, like people were like, this is one of the things they showed it, like the first thing they show in this game to set the tone of the time that this game takes place. There was people waving down taxis with like essentially $100 bills, which is actually what happened during the bubble economy in the 80s in Japan. So they're just telling you like this is the time, the bubble economy is the time of excess. So they've kind of put that into the game by saying like everyone's so rich that like when you're punching, beating the shit out of them, just money is literally flying out of their pockets. Yeah. That's the only reason that it's in there. I do miss it. Like when I went back to another game, I'm like, oh man, there's no money flying out of all everyone's pockets type of thing. But it's because of the time that this game takes place.
It's a very video game element.
Oh, these games are super arcadey. Like even.
こんなんが1回100円やとあ、ほらし
Oh shit, we might have lost
どうせそう簡単には取れへんようになっとるんやろ普通に店で買うた方がええんちゃうか
何言うてんのや
See if
よ
he
そで売
shows
ってない
back
か
up.
らここで取らなあかんのやないお金で何でも買える思ったら大間違いやでっていうかお金はうちが払うから五郎さん代わりにやってやうちこういうの苦手やねん
あなんで俺が
誠さんのこと聞きたいんとちゃうの
しゃあないなほな一応やったるやないか
Oh, there he is. Welcome back.
Sorry.
No worries, man.
All right.
So we were talking a little bit about how the game mimics the bubble economy of Japan in the 1980s.
Yeah, and I don't know if I was cut off before that, but I'm saying a lot of the elements of this game are really arcadey.
Yeah.
God damn it. Oh, sorry. The video froze for a second. I thought it got cut again. Lots of canned animation.
Right.
Like that. Makes it seem like a very arcadey game. So you're trying to get, which one are you trying to get for her?
I'm just trying to get anything right now. Oh. Oh shit.
You're gonna have to walk me through this because I'm not. My video's a bit behind.
Alright, what do you see right now?
You are attempting to get one of these lizards.
I got the lizard.
ほら、
Okay.
これだで
Good to know.
これが欲しかったんやろ
It's actually possible to get 2 in 1. I've done that before.
五郎さん
Interesting.
chance.
Alright.
ま、ざっとこんなもんや
Yeah,
あ、それ
I'm
で
not.
牧村の
In
ことなん
terms of
やけど
side quests in these games, I'm not a UFO catcher type of guy. I'm more of a darts guy.
どこか落ち着いて話せ
I
る
love
と
the
こがあれば
darts, especially in the the Dragon engine for like Yakuza 6, Kiwami 2, and Judgment. Darts are like super fun to play.
Alright, okay.
In this game, it's a bit harder. They've definitely made it better in the new engine.
ほな
I mean, this game is
次は
essentially a
ディスコや
PS3 game.
ディスコ
Came out for both
あんだけ食った後
PS3
で
and
よ
PS4
う
back
踊る気になる
in
な
2014, I believe.
Right.
実はさっき電話で VIP ルーム予約してんうちな一度でええから VIP ルームに入ってみたいって思ってて
いつの間に予約しとったんや人の金を思って好き勝手してくれるな
文句言わんの連れてってくれたらそこで誠さんのこと話してあげるから
ほんまかまあそう言われたら断れんなほら行こうか
ほな行こか
Alright, so I went from the arcade to... Now I'm going to...
何すんのもう
If I can find out where to go.
ちょ待ってよそんな急がんといてちょ待ってよ
What the fuck?
Where are you supposed to go?
I'm not sure right now.
あ
A disco. I gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why they pushed you into this tunnel to show you this. That's right.
I love the piano music in the background.
Yeah, I think I had mentioned on the Coffee and Beer cast about like some of the sounds that they or the tracks that they'll hit on like to signify like goofiness or side quest or that type of thing, and the more you get used to it while you're playing during the game, it's like kind of a nice thing to hear. It happens in the Deadly Premonition as well.
Oh, dude, it's very like 80s, late 80s, early 90s sitcom fucking.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I think it's genius to do it that way because like for the side quest, yeah, it almost is like a sitcom. Like it's not really real. It's another way. It kind of helps them get away with some of the more ridiculous aspects.
I don't disagree. Yeah, I actually like that about this.
And I love like after some ridiculous side quest, whether it's Kiryu or Majima, they always have like something to say about society or the way you're supposed to do things, or like at the end of a tale, like a fable or something. Here's the moral of the story.
Right.
And then the camera will like slowly pan up to like the night sky. It's so stupid, but it's like the sometimes you gotta cross.
Wait a second. Alright, so do I have to learn how to dance?
Yeah, you might have to learn how to dance.
How far behind are you right now?
Right now you're watching the two guys go at it.
Alright, okay.
I love when Majima and Kiryu learn new fighting styles just by looking at someone do it once.
Right, yeah. It's like
If only.
immediate. It's like immediate, like, oh, of course I know how to do that.
I've just never seen it before. Like you go see a band play, you're like, oh, guitar, yes. So like pick one up the next day and just do exactly what you saw, if only.
Right.
I like how, because Majima's a bit more of a silly character than Kiryu. Kiryu's like the straight man. That he has some of the sillier, kind of out of left field fighting styles.
Now, how many, like, how much of a game do you play as Majima?
I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I played it. It might be half and half. Maybe Kiryu slightly more.
All right, okay.
But you bounce between both characters throughout the game.
Because I like Majima. I really like him as a character.
Yeah, and then I know, like, I watched the Giant Bomb guys play through this, and then when they went back to Kiryu after playing Majima, they're like, oh man. But like, yeah, Kiryu is totally different. But I don't know. I was used to playing him because I played him for so many games.
Right, yeah.
Until I got to Zero. But yeah, Majima's a cool guy. It's almost like they totally realized his potential after they made all of the games.
Right.
Which kind of sucks because, yeah, like the portrayal of Majima in this game is great, and I wouldn't mind playing a full game just as him.
Well, you don't play as him in any other game, right?
No, you do not. In Kiwami 2, which is a remake in the new engine of Yakuza 2, there's DLC where you do play as him, but it's super short and it's not all that good. He's not fleshed out that much.
Okay.
The portrayal of him as a younger guy before the person that he became later in the series, like this portrayal of him is probably the best one, and I'd love to see a game as him, as this Majima that we see in this game here. Because it seems like most people agree. But I don't know what they're going to do with the series moving forward.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
It'll be interesting, I guess. I don't really have any context because this is my only Yakuza game.
So where are you heading now? Oh, the Maharaja. Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say wherever the pink arrow is pointing.
Yeah.
That's basically where I'm going. I actually really do like that about this game. It's like if you want to just continue on with the story, just follow this pink arrow.
Yep. Yeah, totally possible.
言うても2人で来たってしゃあないやろうが。こないなとこは もっと大人数でシャンパン開けてパーッと楽しむもんやで。
Oh, that's right. You're looking for someone in here, right?
そうなんか。
I think
そ
so.
れ
Yeah.
は意外やな。
親と喧嘩して家出するような不良娘と仲良して止めてくれる子はめったにおらんし。おっても
I
その子
believe the
の親に
Maharaja
追い
was
返
an
されるし。
actual
今のバイトで知り合うた子とかもお
a
るけど、
dancing place,
普段
a
から連絡
club,
取って遊ぶような友
a
達とちゃ
dancing
うし。
place. I suppose that's what it
せや
is.
からみんな仕方なく
Yeah.
It's an actual place.
ホテル
It's
泊まったり
generally,
する
it's generally where you go dance. They're called clubs.
牧村誠っちゅうやつは
The place
そ
where you
ないな行
dance.
き場のない
You
子
know,
が
a dancing
夜
place.
の街で妙なやつに悪さされんように仕切ってるっちゅうことか。せやけど中には危ない客もおるやろが。
せやからそのような人に会った時はすぐに誠さんのポケベルに連絡入れんねん。そしたらすぐに飛んできてくれはるから。
ああ、そういえばさっきもそないなことを言うとったな。牧村っちゅうんはそない喧嘩が強いんか。
強いなんてもんやないって。筋肉もりもりで背もめっちゃ高いし、大抵の人はカッコ見ただけで謝って逃げるわ。
ほう、そらごっついの。
あ、うち踊ってくる。
なんや、ビップルームはもうええんか。
ディスコに来たらやっぱり踊らな損やろ。うちお酒飲めへんし。
そういうとこはまだまだやな。
Alright, so we're here at the Maharaja with
ちょ
the
っと話
dance.
してえな。
やっと見つけたで。自分の出入りしそうなとこ片っ端から張ってたらいつか会えると思ってたわ。
何？うちに一体何の用や？
とぼけても無駄やで。この前の礼させてもらおう思てな。
You gotta take a look around the
俺に
room.
散々怒らせたあげく、そろそろ
it's pretty
ホテルに行く頃やっちゅう時にごっつい男呼んで俺をボコボコにしてくれたやんな。
あんたが悪いんやろ。うち見たんやで。あんたが飲み物に睡眠薬混ぜてたの。そんな男についていくはずないやん。
なんや、今日はこの前の男はおらんのか。おらんのやったら読んでもかまへんで。そん代わりこっちも人連れてきとるから
So you
な。
gotta fight these date rape motherfuckers.
最低やな。
なんとでも言え。
Breakdancing?
待ちや。
ああ、
Something about putting pills in her drink and shit.
自分もこの天のおもりなんか。
Yeah, it's always like the
何
worst of
勘
the
違いしと
worst.
るんや。
Yeah.
Which makes it
俺は
more
そない女
enjoyable
の
to
こと
beat
なん
up.
て全然
I
知
mean,
らん。
Yeah, yeah, like no, this
Nada.
yeah, I'm
Omae
happy
ra
to
ga
beat
jama
up
ya
these
kara
guys. That's
Yeah.
not
な
acceptable.
んやと。
ディスコ言うたら
yeah,
踊
they
る場所や
always
ろ。
kind of
女ナンパしたいんやったら
they'll show you like,
どうす
okay,
る
yeah, these guys are they let it linger a bit, like you want to, by the time you have control, you want to punch these guys right in the face.
Right.
アホ抜かすのも大概にしとけや、このボケ。そない
It
踊
is
りたいん
funny
や
though
ったら
how
踊
like
らしたるわ。ただし、
you've
俺ら
been
のサ
walking
ンドバ
around
ッグとしてな。
Totombori, just smashing everyone into the pavement. It's like, does no one know, like the guy with the eye patch that fucking never loses a fight? Like,
Well-
why would you start a fight with this guy?
He doesn't have an eye patch right now. He just has glasses.
Right. I'm saying like yeah, in general, like when you're walking
Right,
around,
right, yeah.
like by chapter 10, everyone should be running away from you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Same with Kiryu. Like he's the dragon of Dojima. Like everyone knows who this guy is.
いてもうたる。
These,
Yeah.
I guess like 20 somethings that don't know who he is or whatever. I don't know. It's funny though.
Switch to breaker style. Alright.
Nice.
Attack with X, followed by a Y combo. Alright. actually don't like the breakdance style.
It's good for crowd control,
Yeah, that
and then
makes
like
sense.
switching to
五郎さんすごい
once you might take out one or two guys or knock a couple down, then switch to slugger
ざっ
and
とこんな
then
もん
take them
や
off from there. I mean, the whole game is kind of
男を出しにして金か今たまたま
the
俺が追ったけ
fighting
ど
stuff is
いつでも例の
based
負け
around the
を
idea
呼べ
of
るとは
like
限らんだろ
switching fighting styles depending on like how many people are around you.
Yeah, yeah.
いつもすぐ
So
近く
I
に
guess
おる
there
か
is
らな
that. I don't remember what I used the
呼んだらほんます
most.
ぐ来てくれんねん
I think it might have been Slugger.
そうなの
I really like the slugger. I like the
普
fact
段
that you
整
can
体師や
like
ってはるの
boom, 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 and like swing it around and like it hits a bunch of guys. You
ほんま
know?
か
Yeah,
そしたらそこ行ったら本人に会えるやろか
it feels good.
Yeah,
Just
it
swing the
does.
bat and knock someone down.
Yeah.
「あこちゃん今日は大きになほんまに助かったわほなこっから先は本人に取材してみるわ
あうちが言うたってことを内緒にしてな五郎さんええ人やから特別に教えたけどほんまは誠さんのこと
So you
内
finally
緒なんや
learned
から
分かってる分かってる
person's full name.
せやけどほんまし
そらそうやんあの人おらんかったらうちも今頃どうなってたかわからへんもん
そらさすがに褒めすぎとちゃうか女に優しゅうするのも案外下心あってのことかもしれへんやないか
そんなん絶対ないって蒼天堀には誠さんに救われたって子めっちゃ多いんやから男に騙されてひどい目合わされて自殺寸前のところを救ってもらったって子もおったしうちらにとってほんま神様みたいな人やね花ええ人疑ったらバチ当たるわ
ふん
I counted. I'm about 26 or 27 seconds behind.
誠さんから頼まれてることがあんねん
頼まれてること
I can change that on YouTube. It just it changes the quality of the video that's
すぐに教えて
actually
くれって
gets uploaded at the
Right.
end of the
コウモリの入
day.
れ墨をした
Yeah.
男
I suppose the problem is that we've talked about it several times.
うちも詳しくは知らへんけど
That too. That
ちょっ
too.
とその
Yeah.
人を探してるみたい
Maybe in the future, just don't say anything about. Well, it's hard though because I can't
バイ
react
ト
to
して
what
る子
you're
はみんな
what you're
協
seeing.
力して探してるんやわ
So there is
な
that.
るほどな
Yeah. I mean, I'm in
それ
text
で
right
最
now,
初
so
俺が入れ
it's not
墨しとる言
huge.
うたら食いついてきたんか
そういうこと
At least I have played the game, so if I hear you say something, I can kind of realize.
And that too. Yeah.
あ、あかんそろそろ次の人と待ち合わせの時間や
Okay, yeah, the man with the bat tattoo. I do remember this.
ほなうちはこれで
All right. So she's leaving now. She's
たま
telling
に
me
はうち
she
に
has
帰
to
れ
go.
や
Alright, so you know Makoto Makimura's name, and then you know that they've been looking for a man with a bat tattoo. I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I know where Makoto Makimura is at now, but this ain't adding up right. He sounds nothing like how Sagawa described him.
Right.
How's a total scumbag exploiting women for cash turn into a saint going around saving them? And what's the deal with the bat tattoo?
Hmm.
Doesn't matter. Saint scum. I'm killing Makimura. That's the job. He should
Yeah,
be at
I mean,
the-
he does that, then he's back in. It's enough motivation for Majima.
that's easy.
おいああ
You're gonna have to see like some of this text and be like, yeah, that's not Japanese. battle was sick, yo.
Yeah. This short breakdancer guy totally looks like he's modeled after a very famous Japanese comedian and kind of like TV personality guy.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm not sure. Like they didn't scan his face, but he looks close enough to where maybe they were like,
Yeah, let's do him.
kind of make,
Yeah.
yeah, that type of thing. Yeah, so basically with these guys, if you want to learn new moves, like you can't unlock everything in the skill tree just by putting money into it.
Right.
Some of them are locked behind actually learning the moves from the people that initially taught them for you. So you have to find them on the map, get into a fight, and then they'll teach you a new move in that specific skill tree.
How do you unlock like additional moves and shit in the rest of the Yakuza series?
It's basically the same thing. Either you will learn a new move from the person that taught it to you, or instead of the money, it's just experience points.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's all they do. They just they changed the experience points to money. It's essentially the same thing.
All right. Okay.
But it's very, very similar where you'll have this icon in the middle and this kind of like lines, almost like a maze that goes outwards into like a circle where you're going through that and unlocking skills and stuff. Slightly different in some of the later games, but it's essentially the same thing. You gain experience and then you choose which path to take in terms of like locking or unlocking specific moves or more HP or more damage when you punch, that type of thing.
All right. Sounds about right.
Yeah. One thing that was a big change for the new engine was that there's only one fighting style, and a lot of people did not like that. Like obviously you were unlocking moves within that single fighting style, but you weren't changing between fighting styles, and that was one of the bigger criticisms to Yakuza 6. I personally didn't have a problem with it, but I understand that you might be disappointed after a game where you're able to like hit someone with a bat and then change to a style where you're like breakdancing type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get it.
All right. I just approached Mr. Shakedown. I'm gonna fuck this guy up.
Huh. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't. This is not real time, so a lot of it is like wait for him to attack, stay far away from him until his attack animation is done, and get in with some hits, and then run away right away. Because if he hits you, he takes away so much of your life that if you get caught in a punch, he might stun you and then like do like a 3-hit combo and you're out. Like what's the style for Kiryu where it's like the super fast style with like the pink aura?
It's the I don't know what style that is, but that's my favorite.
That's the best style for Mr. Shakedown in Tokyo. Because after his attack animation is done, you run in, you do a couple of quick combos, and then you run out. Or you can like, you do like that kind of triple like evade. That helps a lot because you have iframes there.
Oh, I even used the potion right there too.
Yeah, especially like your health bar is so low at this point.
Right.
It's just like Mr. Shakedown is one of those things that you tend to, or it's probably best to tackle once you upgrade a bit more.
3 million.
Oh, that swing
Huh?
where he like winds up and he spins like he just struck out. Yeah, stay the hell away from that.
No, he just got
That
me.
is one of
He just killed
yeah,
me.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yep. The faster. I don't know. It actually is a good thing to just run around him until you see all of the moves that he can do, and then you can kind of learn like, okay, this wind up is for this move, and this wind up is for this move type of thing, and then you can decide when it's safe for you to jump in, give him a couple hits, and then run away.
Yeah.
But man, if you can, if you have a bunch of money, you go up to Mr. Shakedown, lose on purpose, so that he takes all your money, so he has more.
Fuck. I have
And
zero,
then you
I have
find him
zero money.
again, and then you get your money back plus what he had plus more, and you can make a shit ton of money off of that. But don't lose twice. If you lose twice, you're fucked. That's why you gotta.
All right.
But it's always, once you figure out what to do, it's like lose once and then beat him the second time. But yeah, you might have to wait on that one till a bit later.
Yeah.
Your health bar is not well equipped. Friday Night Yakuza sounds like it's a pretty sweet name for an album. Like a song. I think I'm thinking, the only reason I say it is I think I'm thinking of Saturday Night Wrist by the Deftones.
Dude, I love that album. It's a great album.
Yeah, it's a good album. Oh! Have you been there? Oh, wait. Did you see that guy with the white suit? And like
I did, yeah.
Go back.
Who is that?
You can, you know how like you'll get points for like talk 100 times or get into 10 fights. You get points for doing that stuff.
Right.
Oh man, this slugger stuff is so cathartic. You get points for all the little things that you do, and you can put those points into certain things. I guess when you go to him, you'll see what he has.
He has a clown mask on.
Yeah, don't ask. It's a Japanese.
Fucking weird. I don't have any fucking yen though.
You don't need yen.
No, that's what he wants. He wants me to buy shit.
Shit, I can't see what you're doing. It should usually be like they're like SP points, separate from the yen, that you can put into like being able to run longer without catching your breath or whatever.
Alright, I'm gonna wait so you can see this pop up on screen.
Oh yeah, Bob Utsunomiya 0. Oh, okay, sorry. There's like a little coin box just in front of him. Go to that box, the offering box.
Alright, okay.
That might be where
Exchange,
some of this is
exchange
some of this
CP.
is DLC stuff. Yeah, sorry. It's the temple. You offer to the temple, or the shrine rather.
Alright, so what do I want to do? I want to go fast.
It's whatever. It's whatever you feel like will make the game easier for you. I often try to put in like run for longer without getting winded, and eventually you can upgrade that to you can just run forever, which is nice.
I have to do it in order.
Right, yeah, you can't, you gotta wait. So, I don't know, this is basically, it depends on how you play the game. So just choose whatever you want, whatever you think would be the most
Oh
useful for
shit,
you.
I didn't realize you could switch between adventure, battle, and business.
Oh, well, you'll get enough, you'll get CP, that's right, they're not SP, CP points throughout the game.
I just did all adventure. I was like, yeah, alright.
Oh, whatever, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one bottomless stomach, which means you can eat as much as you want. You get one thing I'll tell you. You get CP points if you eat everything within a single restaurant.
That's weird.
So if you have the bottomless stomach, it's best to just like go around to every single restaurant and just eat the entire menu because your stomach won't get full, and then you'll get a CP point for each place that you went to. And then, yeah. So, actually, the Mr. Shakedown encounter might be an item that you have to get through CP points in Tokyo. I'm not sure. There actually might be Majima and Hiryu's Mr. Shakedown encounter item might be separate. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've played this game, but yeah. But it is nice because like if you look up like how do I get CP points, it's just random stuff, you know. Talk to this many characters, or do this, do that. So it's really small stuff that you can actually kind of acquire just through playing the game.
Right.
So it's another kind of carrot on the stick.
Oh, that's cool.
That makes some of the more like menial tasks actually worth something, because CP points are actually pretty important. Although one person could argue, like, why can't I just run forever? Why do they have to lock it behind fucking some extra experience system?
Right.
I mean, that's fair. Like in Judgment, you don't get winded. You just automatically run forever. So, I don't know what happened there.
I'm gonna say not yet. To enter this building, there's got to be a save booth somewhere.
Yeah. I think this might be the end of the chapter, so you could hold off on that for next time, maybe.
No, not even next time. I just have to pee and then we'll come back.
All right, yeah, I'll be here. I actually have to go to the bathroom as well, so I'll wait.
All right. I just saved. I'm gonna put my mic on mute. I'm gonna go take a piss, and then we'll end this chapter.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright. I'm back. Gonna wait for the stand user. I might just tackle this while he's in the kitchen. Alright, so I saved it. Yeah, that's where I need to go. I don't know what he's doing. He's making more tacos and shit.
Sorry, just washing up.
I was like, I don't know what he's doing. He's making more tacos.
No, I gotta hold off. It's 5:11, but I still have to eat dinner, so tacos are done.
Alright. So this is the tail end of this episode, we think?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe. Man, it's been so long, but I'm pretty sure you go into the chiropractor's office and you get a bit of information, and then the chapter ends. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I was looking forward to like a badass battle.
There might be one. I'm not sure.
I feel like that was like a staple for most of the chapter, except for the last one. The last one ended, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I didn't have to really, fight. But
Yeah, like no major boss. I'm glad you're playing this though, because when you eventually come visit Japan, like this whole area with the river that's separated by the two bridges on either side, like that's still here.
that's crazy to me. Yeah.
Like when you walk around, you'll be like, dude, this is the place where insert side quest here happen type of thing. Because the map's small enough that you'd remember it. So
that is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Majima's ready to get back in the good graces of his family.
Right. What? Nobody home? What? It's not a katana. What's the short blade?
I forgot the name. That's embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing because I don't remember what the fuck it is either. But
yeah,
I was hoping you might.
But like for more close quarters combat.
Yeah, yeah.
Your second one.
Just do it. Just kill her.
すみません。誰かいらっしゃってますか？
Just plunge that dagger right into her belly.
ドア開けっぱなしで出かけちゃったのかしら。
It actually, I'm not gonna pretend like I just remembered. I totally fucking looked it up on Wikipedia. But it might be a washizaki, which is about 30 centimeters to 60 centimeters, which would be a foot or 2 feet.
Alright, okay. Alright.
違うや俺客やって聞けやおいええから聞けや泥棒やったらとっくに逃げとるわ落ち着けやな
どこにいたんですか
俺は今店に入ってきたとこやいきなりあんたがすごい勢いで突進してきたもんやから避けきれんかったんやビビったのは俺の方やで
でも今日の予約はもう入っていないはずです。
そうなんかいや実はもう体がバラバラになりそうなくらい辛くてなそしたら知り合いにこの店の店長の話聞いてななんやゴッドハンドっちゅう噂らしいやんかせやから飛んできたっちゅうわけなんやけどおい
すみません怖くてすみません
ええんやで店長はおらんのか
今日は出
It's
かけて帰っ
crazy
てきま
that
せん
there's so many like cinematics so I can just like kick back and not have to play the game.
There's a lot of that throughout the series.
Yeah.
And look at I think it's like just a Japanese mainstay. Look at games like Metal Gear Solid. There's tons of that too.
Ah, dude, yeah. For sure.
For better or for worse, like more of this dialogue is realistic. So I don't know. I mean, they do go on for a really long time, but when it comes to the Yakuza games, I quite enjoy them. Like I'm happy to put the controller down, but
I dig it, dude. Yeah, I dig it. It's enjoyable.
yeah,
It's
I mean, if someone
interesting.
were to say they're too long and it's a bit boring, like I don't know if I could argue there.
No, I couldn't. I'd be like, yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, I get it as well. As much as an apologist as I am. But like, I like this story because it just keeps taking left turns. You're like, what the hell is going on here?
You really don't know what's going on most of the time.
No, you do not.
Yeah.
Which is something that I loved about this game in particular.
Right, right.
It keeps going and going and going. Like, man, I need to know how the hell this is all going to tie together, type of thing.
こんなに体を酷使されてるなんて失礼ですがお仕事は何をされてるんですか
It's almost a shame that they realized Majima's potential by going to a prequel. It's almost as if he should have been part of the series all along, where like you're always switching between Kiryu and Majima or something like that. They decided this after they made Yakuza 5, I believe. So it was already set in stone, like there wasn't anything they could really do. The only thing they could do to flesh out his character is to make a prequel. Maybe in an alternate universe, the entire series is about Majima.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe like maybe he wasn't that interesting before, though.
No, they totally rewrote his personality and his character for this prequel. He is not the same person as he is in the other games take place in the 90s, so there is a jump in time.
Right.
But yeah, he is not this character in the later series. Well, they didn't flesh him out. He was kind of like a side character, kind of like an antagonist.
Right.
And then they went back and they started writing about, fleshing him out and yeah.
But if he's
Which
not,
I'm happy they did. At least you get one game where you play as him.
right, but if he's not very interesting in the other games, like who cares?
Yeah, well, I guess you just don't really see a lot of him is the problem. Not necessarily that he's not interesting, he's just not like a main part of the story per se.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
Like he's always there. Like there's a bunch of families, and it's all under the Tojo clan, and he'll pop up every now and then. But
最近はテレビの方がええって思ってたけど、目見えへん人でも楽しめるっちゅうんはラジオのええところやな。
I love this scene because like if he would have taken his shirt off at any chiropractor and he had those tattoos, like
they would have been like, "Get the fuck out! You're a Yakuza."
Yeah, like or insanely scared. She doesn't know, which is part of the joke, obviously.
人と話すのが好き言うんやったらあんたホステスなんか向いとるんとちゃうか？
私がですか？さすがにそれは。
That is a sweet ass back tattoo though. Of like the I think it's like an old no mask. It's like the jealous woman. It's so fucking like sexist, but that's just the way things go, I guess. Like the jealous woman who grows literal horns because she has like hatred towards whatever another woman because of a guy or whatever. But yeah, that's an awesome one. If I could like get that done, but then like after a while, if I wasn't feeling it, like erase it without any scars or anything, I would totally just get that full tattoo that kind of curves over the shoulders and like the top part of the chest.
Well, it's interesting.
It's like,
interesting because we have not met any other female characters that would fit that profile. At least for him so far.
That's true.
Right? Like, why would he have that back tattoo? Unless there was another woman in his life that was that, you know?
Or he was young, he's like, that's cool. I'm gonna get that tattoo, you know?
Yeah, but that doesn't really fit the character, I don't feel like. I feel like
he wouldn't be that flippant about.
No, I don't feel like he would. Not as dedicated as he is to get back into the Yakuza, you know what I mean?
Right. And to be fair, like a lot of the not the main characters, I guess like some of the main cast, like there is a reason behind their back tattoos. Like it actually tells a story that's linked to their actual personality.
Yeah, it's like the Russian mob.
Right. Like every tattoo tells a tale type of thing.
Right, like
totally.
You don't get the tattoo unless you're deserving of it, you know.
Well, look at Kiryu in this game; it's not even filled in.
Yeah, he doesn't have like any tattoos.
Yeah, he hasn't. He hasn't made the rounds yet. He hasn't.
Right.
He hasn't become that guy, but it's like, and like Nishiki, he's got the carp that's going up the river, which has a lot to do with his character arc, and
right.
Yeah, so when the people designed these characters and chose the tattoos for their back, they didn't just decide on a look or a style. They link them to like their actual personality and their story arc and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is a nice touch.
人は見た目によらないってことで私見たことないですけど
おいおいさすがに笑えんで
I went to a massage in Japan for the first time 3 months ago, and I got an Indian guy. I wasn't expecting that.
So weird. It's weird.
And they didn't know like I was coming. They didn't know they're like, oh, there's a foreigner, like match him with another foreigner. I just completely by chance got an Indian guy. He was great. He knew what he was doing. Obviously.
I'm not saying he didn't. Yeah.
I was just not exactly what I was expecting, I guess you could say.
Right.
お客さん
なんや寝てもうたんか
I like how like they can't really
相当お疲れだ
don't
ったみ
have
たいです
probably the
ね
time or the money to like fully
現場も全然流れてな
animate
かったみたい
this,
です
but she's like the worst
睡眠不足が続いていたんじゃない
like
ですか
massage therapist slash chiropractor ever. Like she's not really giving it her all.
そうかもしれんな。
じゃあ今度は仰向けになってもらえますかちょっと枕の準備します
Maybe it's more about the subtleties of her hand movements. I'm not quite sure.
たく何してんねん俺は。
The hell. He says that a lot in the text. The hell.
The hell? Yeah, so
Yeah.
you see how it said instead like was I instead of was I sleeping with a G, it was I sleeping with an apostrophe.
Right, right.
Those are the times that they're trying to get across the Osaka dialect. It's not as
いらっしゃい。
it
Oh, shit.
I don't know. It doesn't translate
こ
that well
お
into
邪魔やった
text.
かな。
That the way he speaks is
店長
very
をご指名
different,
でいらっしゃったんですよ
Right, right.
or specifically from a certain area in Japan that is known for a specific dialect.
私が無理言って
But, yeah, they
施術
tried-
させてもらったんですですよね
Do I have to fight this guy right now?
ああ、そうや。
I think so. Maybe I was wrong. Yeah.
おお。備え体痛めつける仕事っ
Let's
ち
see
ゅ
what
うも
happens.
興味ありますな。
Another funny thing is like, also that woman chiropractor does not know this guy obviously has ties to some sort of mafia, right?
Yeah. Let's just ignore the other guy that showed up with tattoos.
Yeah, she has no idea.
オプションで
Why is this other guy here? Oh, maybe, you know.
お客さんラッキーですよ店長常連さん以
But
外針治療
one thing
や
I
ってく
love
れない
about
んで
this
す
scene is like
店長の針治
she's
だったら
blind, so
お客さんの声も
obviously she
Oh,
can pay
yeah.
attention, but she doesn't see the knife that's just
あ
sitting
あ
there.
あかん
Right,
大
right.
事なもん忘れたわお前タバコ買うてこいや
私
針やるとき
Have you ever done
わし
acupuncture?
がタバコで急に火つけるの
No,
は知っとる
I
やろ
haven't.
No, neither have I.
早く買うてきて
でも私だと時間かかりますよ
大丈夫やそれまで言う
Seems like a very Chinese thing to do.
Totally, yeah.
あかんからな
じゃあ行ってきます
おう気ぃつけてな
Alright. Looks like I gotta fight this guy. Let's do this.
That's
I
okay.
understood
No,
that.
you. Hey, look at you know more about the series than I do. Of course, you end the chapter
こう
with
い
a
う
giant,
状況も慣れ
you know, like a boss fight.
That makes sense.
It does. It does.
牧村誠さんよそんな前どこで聞いたんや
I'm excited. I'm gonna fuck
ど
this
こも
guy
かし
up.
こもあるかい
Fuck him up,
テレ
man.
クラで引っ掛けた女使うて派手なリサーチかましとりゃ名も売れるわほういろいろ調べてきたようやななんやずいぶん余裕やな近江の鉄砲玉がなんか知らんが的の店で気抜いとるような年郎の殺し相手ならなおさらや悪いことは言わんこのままおとなしゅう帰れば見
Text is
逃し
very
てるで
long in this game, for sure.
So I'm behind. I'm guessing you haven't started the fight yet.
No, not yet.
ゴッドハンドの大
Yeah,
サービスや
you know, I will say, yeah, like the goal is like, okay, what are you trying to get across? Just cut out some of the dialogue to get there. You know,
Yeah.
you don't need all of it. Just a bit of editing would be nice, which is what I've always said about Kojima's games as well. Like, it's fine, but you just need someone there to edit a bit of it. It's like, I remember my final paper for my English class in high school, the final paper before I graduated, the teacher said it was supposed to be 15 pages. I wrote 21. And after the 15th page, when I got my paper back, he just wrote a big drew a big red line through every single of the other pages. It was like edited properly, and he was right. Like long, drawn out, unnecessary. Condense what you want to say into what I asked you to. So now I see you've gotten into this fight. Yeah, man, that bat fucks people up. I love how he swings it like nunchucks.
I do too, yeah.
But also, I like that there are, in a closed space, it can be a detriment because you can hit a wall and be stunned for a second. I also love
Took
these
that fool out so fast.
Yeah, I love these John Woo-esque scenes that look like, you know, remember like twin snakes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Paycheck, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
I actually saw Paycheck in theaters.
Nice.
A lot of people don't like that movie.
Yeah, you fucked that guy up. Sorry, I'm again, I'm 30 seconds behind.
You are.
You fucked him up.
Yeah.
Attention to detail. So they just showed a picture of the kind of sandals he's wearing. Those are totally sandals that, like, obviously in Japan you take off your shoes even when you go to the doctor's office and you wear slippers. Those are totally like slippers sold at like the dollar store in Japan. Like, just attention to detail type of stuff.
なんしょうもない嘘ついとんねん。今までそれで乗り切ってきたんかもしれんが、うちらには通用せん
The
で。
trash punk. Start using that.
You trash punk.
Trash punk.
はい、店長、買ってきましたよ。あれ、店長？
That's kind of sad that she doesn't know.
おお、タイミングや。
Just like random people in the
お
room.
かえり。
Right.
牧村誠ちゃん。
お客さんですか？
おい、さっさと連れてけや。
逃げろ、誠。
店長、どうしたんです、店長？
誠、から逃げろ。
なんなの、店長どこ？
牧村、この子が。
邪魔すんな、おっさん。おら、おさっとすんな。おれ、さっさと連れてけ。
くせえ、なんやこりゃ。
おっと兄ちゃん、どこ行く気や。
ほんまにあの子が牧村誠なんか。
ああ、それがどないした。中華はあれ何もやねん。
あの女は俺の獲物や。お前らの勝手にされたら困んねえ。
そらこっちのセリフやボケ。前あんたも死んどき。
Wait, hold on. Do I have to fight this? What?
あいつを逃がしたってくれ。なんやと？あんたしか頼れんのや。あよいかんかい。
This motherfucker got shot, then threw his scalpel through another dude's hand.
余計な邪魔しよって。
I was like, yeah, no, I got you. I got you. But,
この状況は。
Yep. Bit of a suspension of disbelief, but
and then he got shot again.
蒼天堀に流したら。覚悟できとんな兄ちゃん。おう、やったれ。
Alright, here we go.
Up.
Oh. Oh, get the fuck out of here, really. There we go. Just kept at it.
Yeah. One thing about this game is, especially with bosses, it can get kind of cheesy because they'll just like go through your moves or just
right.
ignore what the game has taught you, type of thing, just because they're bosses, which is frustrating. But
Yeah.
and you can also cheese your way around it because you can pause the game and like heal up and stuff. So there are ways around it.
Alright, here we go.
追いついたで。なんやわれ。邪魔すんなや。どこのヤクザか知らへんけど、こっちもその女渡すわけにはいかへんのや。返してもらうで。くそー。構えん。ぶっ殺したれや。
Alright. That was way faster than the boss fight. Just took those fools out quick.
立てるか。
その声、さっきのお客さんですか？一体何がどうなって。
クソが。その女は渡さへんで。しつこいの。説明後や。とにかくここを離れるで。
何？
静かにせ。あ、兄貴。くそ、どないなっとんねん。兄貴、大丈夫でっか。おい、女はまだ近くにおるはずや。すぐに探すで。応援呼ばんかい。おい。厄介なことになったで。
I did not expect this to be like a mini game.
What are you doing right now?
I have to
You're hiding?
protect. I have to protect the girl that I just found.
Oh, okay, yeah. Not the best mini game. I think it shows up like twice or 3 times in this game, but yeah.
一体どうなって。
おとなしくしとれ。また襲われるで。
It's kind of silly because Majime could just take out everyone, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, right. Like, who cares?
Yeah, he'll just fuck everyone up. That's like the not the interesting thing, like the I want to say with games like these where technically your character is so powerful that you could act just hiding or running away doesn't actually make any sense because they could just do it, but for the story's sake, they have to, type of thing.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's a bit silly. I think here, though, the only
こっちやろ
um,
面倒ね
downfall is like you'll just end up fighting more people than if you're successfully able to run away. So,
Right.
yeah. But I guess, well, the fail state with her is be losing all her life, but I think it should be fine. But you got another CP point. It all adds up.
いくれ
Alright.
もう逃げ場はないでおい危ないから後ろにおれ
Let's run her to where she needs to go. You said
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that this
なんで急にこんなこと
chapter
に
didn't end with the
話は後や
kind of revelation.
you think this is the end of the chapter though, like when you get her back to where you need to go?
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
Alright, alright.
I thought the chapter might have ended when there was that revelation in the chiropractor's office, but I guess not.
Alright,
よし
nice.
行くでおい危ないから後ろにおれ
分かった
One of the cool things about the PS4 games is that all the battles are seamless, so there's no
No loading.
there's no cut, there's no loading, and when you go into buildings, there's no loading. It's all seamless,
Right, right.
which is funny because it just seems like the series is so behind. You know what I mean? Like that should on like the bulletin points about the good parts of the game, but it's been like this for so long that when you first play like Yakuza 6 and you can just walk into the convenience store and it's absolutely seamless, you're just like, whoa, this is awesome.
Oh shit. Way too many battles.
It's a lot. One good thing is like just go to Don Quixote. It's one of the stores on the. Oh wait, I think they have one in the Osaka map as well. They sell the best medicine aside from one of the pharmacies in. The pharmacy might exist in Osaka, but there's a pharmacy in Kamurocho that sells the best energy drinks or like whatever Chinese medicine.
Right.
And you just
right.
because you have enough money, stock up on that shit and just buy as many as you can
店長は無事な
in
の
your item box, and
今は自分の身を心
you'll
配
be
せえ
good for the most part for the rest of the game.
Nice.
I will say, I will admit, Berkough, that there are
どうしたの
ちょっと待っとれ
two games that I will play on normal. One is survival horror games because I don't want to deal with the strictness of item management,
Right, right.
and Yakuza games. I do not play the Yakuza games on hard.
Get the fuck out of here. These are your favorite games, dude. You don't play these on hard?
Dude, now, like, I played 4. My first game was 4. And I played that on hard, and it was so hard, the last battle, that I just stopped playing it. And then I played 5 on normal, and after I beat 5, I was like, dude, I need to go back and beat 4. And so I went back, and I beat 4. But then since then, I was like, I'm playing these games on normal. Like, the boss battles are super fucking hard on hard because they're super cheesy. The bosses have too many iframes. They can just kind of just block through your moves just because when they power up and stuff, and just it was rough. It was a rough go. Bit.
喋ってるとしたら噛むで
There's new game plus modes in the later games, so like some of the games like Yakuza 6 to get the platinum, you have to beat on the hardest difficulty, but playing through it on the hardest difficulty and new game plus is not that hard at all because you have all the power-ups and stuff.
Right.
That doesn't necessarily count, but yeah. The only Yakuza game I've beaten on hard is Yakuza 4. Shameful stuff, but
I always play games on normal. I never play them on hard.
I mean I get it. I like the idea of forcing you to use all the stuff in the game that you might not necessarily need to play on normal, like specific items and tactics and stuff like that. I've never had that much of an issue with playing a game on hard, I guess. Like even like games like your favorite game, The Last of Us.
Yeah, my favorite game.
Your favorite game of all time. In the last section of that game, I remember being completely stocked with ammo, completely stocked with like bombs and medicine and bandages and everything at the end of that game. And they limit like the stuff that you can get by opening drawers and scavenging and stuff.
Right.
Oh, okay. Now I realize I used to get the fuck out of here. But I got to the end of that game and like, if you play this on normal, like how much shit does this game give you? Because I was fucking stocked and stacked by the end of this game. Almost to like, I would just think like, what would be the point of playing it if it was that easy? But that's just my philosophy on it. I actually don't care what anyone plays any game on. There might be some survival horror fans or Yakuza fans who are like, you call yourself a fucking Yakuza fan?
You don't play it on hard. What does it matter?
Right, so I get it. I get it. Yeah, for all the games that I play on hard. I choose to play it on hard, but it doesn't really matter that much. Most games I'm happy that I've played on hard because it seems like the amount of challenge the game should have, but whatever.
Yeah, that's fair.
It depends. It really depends on the genre.
I'm not a hard guy. Give me normal. I'll just play it on normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it also depends on like the genres as well, because there's plenty of genres that you play that I would probably be absolutely terrible at. Like tactics games and strategy games, you probably like would blow me out of the water. I'm not good at those games, so I would probably definitely play those on normal. Whereas
maybe like I don't play those on like super difficulty or anything.
I would just judging from what I've heard, you know, like the games that you've played and stuff like The Witness, man. I played that. I don't know what the fuck is going on in that game. I don't know where to go. This puzzle, they haven't taught me how to do this puzzle yet, so I'm gonna get out of here. But if I'm not supposed to be here, where the fuck do I go? Type of thing. But, there's a lot of red suits in this area.
There is.
Maybe in Osaka, they like their red suits.
There's too many red suits.
It's too many red suits.
I need to dress up.
To be fair, though, the red suits must die, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red shirts.
Yeah. 危ないから後ろにおれ。
わかった。
あとはここを突っ切れば奴らを振り切れるはずや。
Why did he think that would work?
手こずらせてくれたな兄さん。
go down the alleyway.
渡してもらおうか。くそ。
Yeah, I don't know.
ここで
Desperation.
Alright, let's fuck these guys up.
誠ちゃん。その代わりここでお前を確実にぶっ殺す。それからゆっくりと誠ちゃん捕まえて連れて行かせてもらう。
Come on.
I mean, if something's not working, it might be good to change styles.
I dodged
I guess
it.
it.
I dodged
I guess.
it.
Yeah, I guess. This, yeah, slugger style is working now.
It was just kind of bullshit that he wasn't responding to the slugger style.
It's. Yeah, those are the very arcadey parts of these games. They just like decide when
Yeah.
things can and can't work, just to make it harder because it's a boss or whatever. Trust me, man. Like I have sworn very loudly and almost thrown my controller at Yakuza for cheesy boss battles. I've been there. Fuck off! Fucking bullshit ass fucking iframes. Yeah. I've totally been there. There's been times where I'm surprised my neighbors have knocked on my door. But... I will say, this game is a bit more challenging than the later games, especially 6, Kiwami 2, and
I'm
Judgment.
surprised by that, you know?
They made them easier, for sure, without a doubt.
Okay.
Like,
I like
almost-
that. Like I was like, what game should I start with? And you're like 0, do 0, and then I looked up howlongtobeat.com.
Yeah. Classic one.
Yeah, right. And I was like, fucking A, 32 hours.
Yeah, it's a long game.
0 is long compared to the other ones.
Yeah, and the good thing is like the next game, Kiwami, is a nice palate cleanser because it's pretty fucking short. Like you can beat that game in like 15 hours.
Right.
But it was the first Yakuza game. Like they weren't that long
Right.
initially.
Right. Yeah.
I like his like metal tipped shoes.
He's got hella style.
Oh yeah. No one rocks a short ponytail better than Majima. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
That's pretty crazy.
大丈夫や。もう大丈夫や。
店長は
心配すんな。奴も逃げた。すぐに会えるはずや。
本当に
ああ。
どうしてこんなことに。
Dude. Alright, you're watching this on a delay.
I'm gonna have to wait.
But you already know what happens.
Yeah, yes, I do. I don't know what happens in this specific situation. But, oh wait, I think I know what happens.
I think the chapter ends, or the episode ends.
始まりはアジア最大の歓楽街カムロ町で起きたある一件の殺しだったその濡れ衣を
I'm gonna pause it right there.
Okay, so it ends. Okay, that's where it ends.
Yeah, dude, he draws the dagger. Why would he kill her? Like he just,
He wants to get back in the family, or else he's fucking stuck in limbo.
Yeah, but he just
running a
saved...
cabaret club that he doesn't fucking even have any interest in.
This is true. This is true. But he just saved her life.
Well, yeah. So he's conflicted.
All right, and on that note, I'm gonna end the Yakuza Friday Night Yakuza Part 6. I'm gonna end that video. Some pretty deep shit.
着せられた堂島軍
We haven't quite figured out how it's all gonna end yet.
No, you have not. But the plot thickens.
Yeah.
Which is which is neat. Yeah, like it takes turns. Like maybe you didn't expect from the game. You know.
No, not at all.